and we are rolling. What's up, guys? Welcome. Hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic today. Staying safe out there. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a track called Witch's Lair by a band called Dark Hand. So, basically, the deal with Dark Hand is that they released an EP 3 days ago called The Bitter End. And I thought, okay, let's see what these guys are about. Maybe we can do a reaction video or something, you know? So I went back to see what else they'd released, and they released a single called Suffering, which I listened to yesterday and about 10 minutes ago, just before I hit record. Enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Kind of chunky, very core influenced deathcore, with some really nice dissonant, kind of like nice dissonance guitar sounds, whatever. Very cool. Really started to get very stompy in a couple of bits as well. And there was a couple of, like, the intro had a little bit of like Jin-esque stuff going on to it, that kind of like stop-start kind of guitar riff type thing, which is, so I thought it was pretty cool. So instead of reacting to their entire EP, they released a single off that EP called would you believe it, Witch's Lair, which was about 8 months ago. So we're gonna check that out, and then yeah, might do a reaction video for the EP as well. Who knows? I'm about to sneeze. Give me 1 second. Ooh, okay. I think my brain slightly came out my left nostril there. Right. So, without further ado, let's move this along. Let's move my big old cranium over here. Window capture. Diddle-a-diddle-a-duh. Window. Witch's Lair. I love the fact that I suddenly feel like I'm getting a cold, and I've just started to sneeze as soon as the videos went live, and we're like almost like 3 minutes into it. So that's absolutely fantastic. So anyway, enough belly aching. Dark Hand. Witch's Lair. Taken off the EP The Bitter End. Let's go. There's the gentness from the last song I heard by them, and I really like the sound of that double bass. It's very... That's cool. That's really cool. Really nice atmospheric guitars. That's a cool section without... Oh. Well, there you go. Dark Hand, Witch's Lair. That was cool. That was cool. That was solid. Yeah, very, very solid stuff. A lot of the really cool features, characteristics, whatever you call them, of the single Suffering, the one that I heard before, were featured there. There was a lot more djent in this track, or I don't know. Some people don't like the music being referred to in certain ways, but to my ears that sounded like djent sections, you know, that type of stuff. Nice djent sections. It was less kind of stompy and groovy than the last track. It was a lot more kind of downtuned or down tempo or whatever you want to call that. The vocals were really good, really solid. I've mentioned this on channel before, but there's vocalists trying to do a lot of different things. Worm Shepherd, come to mind. Devon from Worm Shepherd is pretty fucking insane with having like 50 different. Sounds like there's a bunch of demons coming out of his throat at all times, basically. He's got all these like different things that he can do, but it's also really cool when you get a band that, again, when you get a vocalist that is just kind of really honed one sound or tone or pitch or whatever you want to call it. So I like that about this. I think he went through about 3 different vocal styles or pitches or ranges or whatever, and I thought that was actually really cool. They do a really good. They do a really good job of making a very kind of epic but very unsettling atmosphere at the same time. The whole thing reminded me of Distant, to be perfectly honest, which is not a bad thing to be compared to. Let's be honest, because Distant are apex predators at the moment when it comes to the extreme metal scene in general. It's almost impossible to keep up with what Distant have made, actually. Those guys seem to just be producing tracks every single fucking day, producing amazing music every week at the moment. It's so difficult to keep up. And the production on the song was especially impressive. You could hear everything, just the perfect amount. And the production value, especially on the drums, was absolutely fantastic. The double bass was just immensely satisfying. Immensely satisfying. So, overall, solid stuff. Very solid. Didn't blow me away. These guys haven't just become like, my new favourite band or anything like that, but that was very enjoyable, very solid stuff, and I'm definitely going to check their EP out as well, which I recommend you guys do, because if you enjoyed that, which I did. I can imagine that the other 3 tracks on that on that EP, I think it's 3 tracks, I think it's a 4-track EP, are probably going to be equally as good. So yeah, to sum up, solid stuff, immensely enjoyable, nice work, boys. So as per usual, links to the music video and their Bandcamp and Twitter and Instagram and whatever the hell else these guys are on. All the links will be down below in the comments. Please remember to follow every single one of those links and follow the band and share their stuff. Tell your dog about it. Tell your mum. Tell your kids. Tell your wife. Just spread the word as much as you can. Support these guys because it's nice to support these bands because they get just before I ramble on too long. The thing that's always that always needs to be said is that when you've got people who are clearly talented musicians that could be playing something that would probably make them a lot more money, a lot more fast, a lot quicker and a lot easier, but they decide to make this type of absolutely filthy nonsense in the best way possible. You got to respect that, and you've got to. And I think it's a really, really good idea to support that rather than just supporting another kind of like Arctic Monkeys style indie band, which there's a dime a dozen, and they've got a big enough audience so that they don't have to they don't need little guys like me kind of shouting them out to help them. It wouldn't really make any difference, So please go and support them if you enjoyed the music, and yeah, awesome stuff. Incredibly enjoyable. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later on. Peace.